This episode is presented by State Farm. Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like expecting the leadership of a team captain on the football field, but getting a sea captain. You wouldn't settle for just anything for your team. Shouldn't it be the same for your insurance? So don't settle for just any insurance when you can go with a leader. State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
For a limited time at McDonald's, get a Big Mac Extra Value Meal for $8. That means 2 all-beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun, and medium fries, and a drink. We may need to change that jingle.
Prices and participation may vary.
This episode is brought to you by Nature's Bounty. Nature's Bounty believes your body is brilliant, naturally designed to thrive, inside and out. For those always looking for new ways to support your health from head to heels, Nature's Bounty has a range of over 400 vitamins and supplements born from 50 years of trust and care. Nature's Bounty. It's in your nature. Visit naturesbounty.com to learn more.
Are your business expenses playing hide and seek? With Uber for Business, the small spends that slip through the cracks, like rides and meals, go right where you need them. Because it integrates with leading expense platforms, you can say goodbye to surprise costs, missing dollars, or chasing receipts. Everything's track downable. Uber for Business. Make small steps that make a big impact. Learn more at uber.com/small steps.
Are you a forward thinker? Then you need an HR and finance platform that thinks like you do. Workday is the AI platform that helps propel your organization, your workforce, and your industry into the future. Workday, moving business forever forward.
There are a lot of different ways to react to a bad loss. I mean, Maze, I kind of feel like it's really telling what a coach says after you get blown out. And we had a new one on Monday night after the Nuggets got blasted. Michael Malone said,
defensively for you guys tonight, is this the game that you feel like you can kind of flush and doesn't?
No, fuck that, man. No. We're not flushing.
Okay.
You don't flush when you get embarrassed. You don't flush when you gave up 145 points. You don't flush when you didn't play hard, didn't play with effort, didn't play with physicality. I'm not flushing anything.
you got to let it stink. You got to leave it in the toilet bowl. You don't flush a bad loss.
That's gross.
I've heard if it's yellow, let it mellow. If it's brown, flush it down. But I've never heard don't flush, period.
Having spent much of the last 24 hours flushing down stuff, I'm going to say that that's probably not a good idea.
But if you were the cause of a sickness, maybe you need to smell it. Smell the opposite of roses. Your shit does stink.
Tom, you have a dog, right? Like when a dog makes a mess, do you rub the dog's face in the mess?
Amin, noted dog lover.
Is that a thing that people do? Am I making that up?
Yeah, actually, I probably have done that a little too much, is like bring the dog out to where he shat in the grass and being like, not here.
And show it to him.
I don't shove his face or her face into the actual shit, but I do let him know this is not pleasant over here. Let's not do that. No flush.
Trying to get past the metaphor and just understand you don't flush when you get embarrassed. You got to let the embarrassment hang in the air for the next game, the next attempt. And then you can flush it. Can you flush a win?
You can flush a win for sure. Like, we did a lot of things. We got away with that win there. We need to flush that out of our system and focus on the next time when we aren't so lucky to leave with a win. Right, Amin?
I'll take it a step further. You can flush a good loss. How about that?
What's a good loss?
119 to 118 as opposed to 145 to 118.
Okay. So a close loss. You can flush that.
Yeah. Well, then again, hold on. It depends, because the Jazz lost to the Lakers last week, 124 to 118. And many would say, oh, that's a good loss. Lakers are a good team. Jazz, not so much. You were in it to the end, and there it is. But the problem in that loss was that the Lakers' Dalton Connect was going crazy. He hit an NBA rookie record, 9 threes in that game. And afterward, Will Hardy said this.
It seemed like everybody in the gym knew that Dalton Connect was going to shoot the next shot, with the exception of a few people. The problem was that those few people were on our team.
Despite the score indicating good loss, the way it happened makes it feel like a bad loss, no?
Well, look what happened afterwards. I think it was pretty effective. They go out and they beat the New York Knicks. I mean, that's just great coaching right there.
You got them off their ass. I like to call that the do you have league pass? And that typically is reserved for more veteran players. I know a couple of weeks ago when the Warriors played the Celtics and Steph went off, there were a couple of plays where I questioned whether Jason Tatum has league pass because he didn't seem to recognize number 30 is going to get the ball and he wants to shoot from over there.
I think Will Hardy's a master at that because last year, after a 50-point loss to the Dallas Mavericks, he went on the post-game podium and called it.
That was an absolutely horrendous performance from start to finish. That was a masterpiece of dog shit.
Oh, another turd.
We're back to the dog shit. Yeah.
Full circle. But it's a masterpiece. You wouldn't want to flush a masterpiece.
Yeah, like I wonder what that looks like. Like, does the dump look like the Sistine Chapel?
It's 50 points.
I mean, sometimes it's the Sistine Chapel and you look at it and you can't sleep at night because it's so magnificent, right? You can't even get it off your mind. You're constantly thinking about it. So rather than flushing it, it might keep you up at night, which is what Chauncey Billups said last week when the Blazers lost by about 50 points to the Memphis Grizzlies. This is what he said.
Anybody that sleeps well tonight, you're a loser. It's just that simple. You're a loser. You sleep well after this one, you're a loser. So that's how I feel. And I mean what I say, and y'all know that.
Wow. Okay, so now we've moved from bodily function to circadian rhythms.
Insomnia.
Yeah,
you can't sleep.
Is it you can't sleep or you're not allowed to sleep?
Well, you can sleep, but you're a loser if you do. So it's kind of an admission that you're a loser if you do sleep. Hey, guys, did you sleep last night? No, coach. No, could not sleep. Good. You're not a loser.
I'm still trying to figure this out. Is it don't sleep because like we lost, we don't deserve the right to sleep in the same way that Michael Malone said they don't deserve the right to flush what's in the toilet bowl? Or is it, I feel so bad about this loss that I can't sleep. Try as I might, it's not happening for me.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a catch-22 here because they are losers tonight.
Yeah, watch what you're saying, okay?
But if they're really a loser, if they go to sleep, they have the loser mentality. Winners don't sleep after a loss.
Again, winners don't sleep because they're up working and like trying to get better, or they don't sleep because they're tossing and turning. I think that's the part where I'm not clear.
Well, maybe they need something to help them sleep or not sleep. Maybe it's some sort of injection or juice.
Juice? Yeah, juice helps.
Yeah.
I think if I had some juice, I could get to sleep. Do teams typically have juice? Is that something that's available?
Well, I certainly think so in San Francisco, right, Maze? You guys have juice there? You sell juice?
$17 juice.
Wow. That's a lot of money for some juice.
Yep.
What happens if you lose the juice, though? That's $17 juice.
You blow a 20-point lead and lose by 8 to the Nets.
Second straight game, things flip in the third quarter. What do you feel like happened?
It felt like we lost juice again tonight. You know, big lead, late third, and can't close the deal.
You can't close because you don't have the juice anymore.
Is the juice like Austin Powers mojo? Or is that different?
That's a good question.
Do you lose the juice? Is the juice extracted from you? Did it leak?
Unfortunately, if you lost the juice, you might say the juice is loose.
And Kenny Atkinson found the juice in Cleveland, leaves the Warriors bench to go find the juice.
Yeah.
Max Strus is loose in Cleveland.
Is he loose?
Well, he's not back yet, but he's rejuicing.
Not yet. They're trying to find the juice.
And, you know, some coaches, they might say we need more juice. We can't have any sleep. We can't flush it. Other coaches are saying we got to stop talking. We have to go with the silent treatment. This is Monty Williams last year with the Detroit Pistons. Enough of the talk.
When there's anger, can there be healthy anger?
It's just a level of growing up on this team, maturity, understanding what game plan discipline is, all the stuff we talk about all the time. It's enough talking.
We need to stop talking.
Stop talking to who?
Not really clear. It's more about enough of the talk. You got to walk the walk, you know? So enough talking about you being about this life. You need to be about this life.
So losers talk?
Losers talk.
I think we're developing a little short list of loser behavior. Flushing.
Yep.
Not recognizing.
Yep.
Talking.
Yep.
Creating masterpieces of dog shit.
Yep.
Juice loss.
Yep.
Am I missing anything?
Sleeping.
Yep.
Playing with your joystick.
Hello.
Nope.
Oh, sorry. I misinterpreted this. JJ Redick, after a loss 127 to 102 to the Nuggets over the weekend, he was asked about, you know, that loss and how do they recover from that, bounce back that embarrassing loss. Here's what he said.
Really, there's only so much we can do, and we can try to joystick it as much as possible. But you still have to, I can joystick it as much as I want, but if you're not competing and you're not playing, you're just not participating in the game, there's not a whole lot I can do.
I can joystick it as much as I want. So coach-wise, can't joystick it. There's no point in joysticking.
Well, you can joystick it, but it doesn't matter at the end of the day.
All right. So loser behavior is fruitless joysticking, sleeping sound, creating masterpieces out of dog shit, flushing, not closing, losing juice, and talking.
Well, we should stop talking, guys. Let's get the show started.
My assignment: uncover why the association inspires more conspiracy theories in volume and salience than any other U.S. sport.
You've heard of the Illuminati.
The truth is out there, but so are lies.
Your eyes can deceive you. Don't trust them.
The NBA has always been controlled by about 8 people.
Denial is the most predictable of all human responses.
If you're only using 10% of your brain, you don't even know that you're using 10% of your brain.
The NBA Illuminati.
If coincidences are just coincidences, why do they feel so contrived?
The Illuminati.
But you start to follow the money, and you don't know where the f*** it's going to take you.
It is unspoken. They have influence among other players.
The NBA Illuminati.
I don't have time for your convenient ignorance.
Maybe I'm a conspiracist now as well.
That's all it took. Oh, we got books, we got schools. You saw a video on YouTube.
Why my eyes, sir? I've never used them before.
We are the Basketball Illuminati.
This is Basketball Illuminati. I am Tom Haberstroh, and as always, I am joined by the 5-star Illuminati generals, Amin Elhassan and producer Anthony Mays.
Basketball Illuminati is now a Count the Dings production. You can support us making this show at patreon.com/countthedings. You'll get this episode ad-free. You'll get it a little early, plus all the bonus content on the Count the Dings network. Also, many of you have been asking, and I'm pleased to report that Basketball Illuminati merch is now available once again. You can click the link in the show notes, or you can go to bit.ly/all-caps-CTD merch. It's our store on Cotton Bureau, Third Eye hats, Basketball Illuminati logo, shirts, and hoodies, and limited edition Basketball Illuminati merch coming soon.
I did some research. We're going back to the well. Michael Jordan is back into the headlines with a stat.
Don't you dare.
From early in his career.
Don't you dare.
I'm going back there. We need to go back.
We have to go back.
We're going to get to that point, and we're going to talk about this new streak that is happening in Portland that I've been covering. But first, we need to talk about the Rat.
You are listening to The Agenda with Amin Elhassan and Tom Haberstroh.
I'm talking about the rat. Or is it a mole? Is there a difference between a rat and a mole that is distinct?
Yes, big time.
Absolutely.
Rat is somebody on the inside that's been flipped, snitching. Mole is somebody from the outside infiltrating an organization.
A mole is kind of like a double operative. There was no expectation to trust this person, even though the people on the inside trusted them, because this person is basically a double agent. A rat is someone who truly was on our side and then decides to reveal information that is at the detriment of people who are ostensibly on their side.
So it sounds like Joel Embiid wants to find out who the mole is, who leaked the report from within tight circles, the locker room meeting that Kyle Lowry called for after a Monday night loss last week to the Miami Heat. And in that report from Shams Charania on Tuesday morning, the morning after, broke the news on ESPN that Tyrese Maxey called out Joel Embiid and said, essentially, you've been late to our meetings and it starts with you. The quote was that he was late, quote, for everything. And someone else close to this situation said, quote, Tyrese loves the big fella, but this is the elephant in the room. And so that was around noon on Tuesday. He goes on McAfee show and goes a little bit further and describes the situation within that locker room.
And yesterday, Joel Embiid was listed doubtful most of the day. Teammates, coaches, no one really heard from him. And then he shows up at warm-ups, plays in the game. And Tyrese Maxey addressed it. They're very close. They're very close friends. They hold each other accountable. But last night, Tyrese Maxey delivered a message to Joel Embiid that I think a lot of people saw coming for a really long time in Philadelphia. And now they go from here on what are the action steps. What will Joel Embiid look like when the team plays in Memphis on Wednesday? What will he hone in on the message that was given to him and really put that into action over the next week or so? We're about to find out. But the fact that Tyrese Maxey, their young leader, is the one that stepped up with this, he's not going to just speak out for nothing.
Now, it wasn't just Shams Charania. It was The Athletic. David Aldridge and Sam Amick and Jared Weiss, they had their own report that gave a little bit more context and more detail in that meeting when as far as to quote Tyrese Maxey, Amick, Aldridge, and Weiss said in The Athletic that Maxey apparently said to Embiid in front of the team, quote, "Joel, you know I love you, but it starts with you and your habits." Guys, it seems like there is a paper trail here, or at least some on the record. Someone, I don't know if they had a recording or someone's quoting, but it seems like this is pretty rare in NBA circles to have this leak to the press. And Joel Embiid is very concerned that there is someone on his team that is leaking this straight to the media. And my question to you guys is this all one big distraction? You know, Joel Embiid wants to go on this scavenger hunt, this NCIS investigation to figure out who the mole is, to distract from the real problem, which is that he's not really being very professional. And Sam Amick suggested that as much on the Run It Back.
I knew that his professionalism had been questioned consistently, you know, around the league and within the organization. I was a little surprised by, like, man, the second the top was blown off this story, then all of a sudden, you know, in these conversations that you're constantly having with folks around the league, like the narrative instantly became like, oh, you in the media, like y'all have been way too soft on him and this has been going on forever. And that contrast between, you know, the discussion before and the discussion after was pretty great. I'm still not sure what my take is on how much folks are piling on versus what's really been the case. But you know, the weight is something that yes, within the Sixers, that has been a concern for a long time, you know, and it's that kind of first guy to the gym mentality that he has not necessarily always had.
Is this one big distraction?
Okay, so there's a couple of things to bear in mind here. So I think Embiid has a right to be upset. What was supposed to be a private conversation was not only leaked, but it was leaked with great rapidity. That thing was out barely after like the loss was written in stone in the books. There's a loss to Phoenix. And so there definitely is a place where we question, who rushed, who was in such a hurry to unveil and unleash all this information as quickly as possible. It's not unlike what happened with the Warriors following the Jordan Poole punch. It's not about the morality of what happened. In this case, Sixers, it's an embarrassing loss, slow start to the season. In the case of the Warriors, it was a fight during practice. It's who disregarded the sanctity of our locker room to reveal this information, and for what benefit, right? Why would you do such a thing? I went on the record and said, if it were me, I would call everybody who was at that meeting, and once we're all together in the same room, I'm demanding everyone pull out their phones. And we're going to find out real quick who the mole is, who the rat is. And we're going to handle it. If it's a staff member, you're fired. If it's a player, you are inactive until we can see about removing you from this organization. Don't show up to the practice facility. Don't come to games. I think it's really important. And this is something in this era of sports, news, of all this, where no one really respects any of this shit anymore. Leaks happen. Leaks happen because you let them happen. I always love to point out, Oklahoma City doesn't have this problem. You know why? Because they get your ass up out of there if you're doing that.
I don't know. I thought it was because they bark. They talk in code.
You would sniff out a rat if you had a bunch of dogs in the locker room.
That's true.
Dogs.
Listener, listen up. This is important, okay? I'm going to try to save you some money here. If you're still overpaying for wireless, it's time to say yes to saying no. At Mint Mobile, their favorite word is no. You may think like, oh, that's bad. No contracts, no monthly bills, no overages, no hidden fees, no BS. Here's why I said yes to making the switch and getting premium wireless for $15 a month. You heard that correctly. $15 per month. Ditch overpriced wireless and the jaw-dropping monthly bills. And of course, there are all these hidden fees and stuff, but at Mint Mobile, plans start at $15 per month. All the plans come with high-speed data, unlimited talk and text. You're not doing like weekend and nighttime minutes or anything like that. And it's delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone. Don't have to get a new phone. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your phone number along with all of your existing contacts. I switched months ago. People have asked, did you actually switch? Yes, I actually switched months ago, and I don't know what to do with all this extra money. I've cheated the system here. I've rigged something. This is an Ocean's 11 situation where I'm stealing wireless from Mint. That's how good a deal it is. Ready to say yes to saying no? Make the switch at mintmobile.com/dings. That's D-I-N-G-S. That's mintmobile.com/dings. Upfront payment of $45 required, equivalent to $15 per month. Limited time new customer offer for first 3 months only. Speeds may slow above 35 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Taxes and fees extra. See Mint Mobile for details.
Hello, listener. It's producer Mays here to talk to you about Kindred. Now, close your eyes like Owen Wilson during a job interview and imagine a way to travel that feels personal, comfortable, and connected without the price tags and the sterile feelings of hotels or short-term rentals. Now open your eyes and stop using your imagination because Kindred has made it very real. That's exactly what they do. Kindred is a members-only home swapping network. It's not a hotel. It's not a short-term rental. It's a smarter way to travel where each stay feels like home. Here's how it works. With Kindred, your home is your ticket. You earn credits by hosting fellow Kindred members, and then you use those credits to stay in over 220,000 homes in more than 100 cities worldwide. There are no hotel costs or rental fees, just the credits that you've earned. Every stay comes with white glove service, 24/7 trip support, and $100,000 in host protection. Make it easier for you to travel and enjoy yourself and not worry about details. I've used Kindred and I found an amazing home for a weekend getaway in an idyllic location with amazing views and great ambiance. It had everything I needed. And the best part was, it cost me $0. So apply now at livekindred.com and use code DINGS to join for free. Plus, you'll earn 5 nights of travel credit just for signing up. That's right, that's 5 whole nights for free at livekindred, KINDRED.com, code DINGS, DINGS, livekindred.com, code DINGS. Hello, listener. It's producer Mays here to talk to you about Quince and their cookware. Cooler nights mean cozy meals at home, and Quince's cookware has made fall cooking so much more enjoyable. Their pieces deliver the quality and performance of luxury brands, but at a price that makes sense. And they look gorgeous on the stovetop, too. No matter what item you need to complete your kitchen, Quince has you covered. With 5-ply stainless steel pots and pans, nonstick skillets, chef-quality knives, and even ceramic bakeware, which is perfect for cozy casseroles or Sunday roasts. And when you look at these prices, you might think, how is Quince doing this? How do they deliver high-quality items similar to high-end brands that are half the price? Well, let me tell you, they partner directly with ethical top-tier factories to cut out the middlemen and pass the savings on to you. And it's not just cookware. I got myself some bath sheets. That's right. When you're a tall man, you have to use bath sheets, not bath towels from Quince. It's like drying off with the cloud. It's incredible. Upgrade your kitchen for cozy fall meals with premium cookware from Quince. Go to quince.com/dings for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/dings, DINGS, to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/dings.
Through the Starbucks College Achievement Plan, full and part-time Starbucks baristas receive 100% upfront college tuition coverage so they can focus on achieving their dreams, not how they'll pay for school. And those dreams might start with a degree in management, biochemistry, or any of the more than 150 offered. At Starbucks, benefits like college tuition coverage are just the start. Learn more at starbucks.com/partners.
Experience a membership that backs what you're building with American Express Business Platinum. Unlock over $3,500 in business and travel value annually with statement credits on select purchases from brands like Dell, Hilton, and Adobe, and other benefits. American Express Business Platinum. There's nothing like it. Based on total potential value of statement credits on select purchases and other benefits, enrollments required, monthly and other limits and terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/business-platinum.
You know, I thought it was really interesting. Sam Amick, great reporter for The Athletic, longtime NBA reporter. He was on Run It Back. And Lou Williams and Chandler Parsons were like, I want to find out who the rat is. I want to figure it out because there's so much that goes on in a locker room that needs to be tight-knit to build trust and to work through your issues without worrying about whether this is going to be headline news the next day.
Right.
And here's what Sam Amick said to that.
To me, the counter would be that if I was a player, it's not always as clear-cut as somebody being a rat. You know what I mean? Like the reality of the human condition with what we do is everybody talks, and that next person you tell it to, they might not have circled back with the player to get a green light on sharing it. You know what I mean? So that to me is where, unless everybody just makes a decision that we're not even telling family about this, we're not telling agents, we're not telling anybody, then you know, more often than not, some stuff's going to get out.
Interesting. Agents.
We're blaming agents here? Is that what we're doing?
I don't think it's blaming agents, but I find it very interesting that we're getting some news about players switching agents. We got Zion Williamson has left CAA, is getting new representation and a new tattoo. Did you guys see that?
Oh, man.
The tattoo?
I did. It's huge. It's enormous. It's on his whole back.
Masterpiece?
The tattoo artist had quite the canvas.
A lot of material to work with.
It's like the Sistine Chapel again.
I feel like an agent might be trying to advise him not to publish that video to the masses. Might not be a great look while you're rehabbing, and maybe it's a good look. I don't know.
It looked like a great hype reel for his personal chef, cooking up some great looking chicken and noodles while this tattoo is happening and he's watching anime. But yeah, maybe somebody in the team would have reviewed that and said, maybe don't let this get out.
Brandon Ingram is now switching agents. One of his teammates is switching agents. In the offseason, I decided to compile my own list of agents. As you know, on Tom the Finder and at Yahoo Sports and here on Basketball Illuminati, I've reported the team agency alliances around the league. You know, the Denver Nuggets are very closely aligned with Jeff Schwartz at Excel.
Yes.
The Los Angeles Lakers with Clutch and the New York Knicks with CAA. But one thing that was really fascinating while I was going through this list, and of course, publicly and privately assigning every player with his agent or agency, there was one name that was very conspicuous as the only player I could not find has an agent.
Who's that?
Joel Embiid.
Huh. Wasn't he a CAA guy?
He dropped CAA once Leon Rose went over to the Knicks, and he decided not to basically replace him. And the thing is, the guy's going to get his money. He's going to get a max deal. Why does someone need an agent?
Why does he need an agent? Why is he going to give away 4%, Tom, just to say he's got an agent? Agent's got the easiest job in the world. Hey, I negotiated you max. Oh, thank you. I couldn't have done it without you.
I think there's another reason to have an agent.
Do tell.
In the news breaking business, it helps to have someone who speaks on your behalf to either spin a story or provide another angle to a story. So when a reporter reaches out and says, hey, I got this story, what is your perspective? Or is this true? What is the player's perspective? The agent can work on their behalf to provide that perspective. Or an agent could help you gain muscle in those discussions. A report is about to come out. You might be able to say, without even saying it, does a reporter want to burn a bridge by reporting something that can damage your client?
Right.
And maybe that reporter thinks twice about, do I really want to run this story? Because it might damage my relationship, not just with that player, but also the agent that represents that player.
Right. The entire client list.
The entire client list. So if, let's say, Joel Embiid had an agent, a high-powered agent. Maybe he replaces that Leon Rose agent with someone else, another big name. Perhaps if this story happens in an alternate universe in which Joel Embiid is represented by Rich Paul or someone, maybe this doesn't get out.
So, Tom, you're saying that before Shams makes this report, he would check in with Joel Embiid's agent, or he and Joel Embiid's agent would have a rapport where the agent would stop the story from being released.
Well, I want to be clear. Shams got the story and he reported that out. I just think what happens in NBA circles is a lot of stuff doesn't get out. Like, when was the last time you saw details of a team meeting get out? When we hear player transactions, when we hear someone is traded from so-and-so, that is going to be revealed one day or another once that press conference happens.
Right.
But something like this is an actual report.
News break.
It's a news break where a player is calling out the MVP in a room setting, and that otherwise would not get out in a team transaction news press release. So this is actual reporting that we typically don't get often. And I think it is interesting that it happened where the source, or I guess the subject of this report, is someone who doesn't have an agent and is, as far as I can tell, the only player in the NBA that does not have an agent. Maybe I'm putting two and two together when the dots aren't connecting.
Certainly a player of that caliber, right?
It's unique. And so you ask, why would someone leak this? Who would benefit from this? I don't know who the rat is or the mole is, but I do find it interesting that Sam Amick brought up the idea of agents.
You know what's funny is Sam knows exactly who leaked, right?
Where he got this, yeah.
Sam has to play this weird, like, maybe it was this, maybe it was that.
So the cloak and dagger of this evasive, Lou, I hear you, buddy, but I also think it doesn't really matter. It's a game of telephone in the NBA. Stuff leaks.
He's wearing a hot dog costume and saying, we're just trying to find the guy who did this,
I just love the idea that, like, someone divulged words, dialogue from a private team meeting. Who could have done this? It's not like someone has their own podcast that records for a living. Wants to get things out and speak on issues.
For a living might be a little bit of a stretch.
Sure. But he has his own side business of having his own podcast. I just think
it is pretty incredible.
There's a suspect board, right? A suspect board. It does look probably not great to have your own podcast where you do spill the beans on a lot of things in your playing career. And your star player that you just joined is not being very professional and you want it out there publicly. It doesn't look great.
Look, I don't know. And to be honest with you, I doubt that Paul George was the leak. But I am eternally fascinated that his response was, well, now that it's out, let's talk about it.
I don't know how the hell Shams got that story or how that even leaked, especially it being like, some of it being like kind of word for word, or not necessarily word for word, but quoted. That was the crazy part about it.
That's just good business.
Yeah.
That's just good podcasting. I guess we'll see if Shams makes a guest appearance on Podcast P anytime soon. Maybe there's a little quid pro quo happening.
It's fascinating. And another thing that Sam mentioned was it's one thing to have this happen. It's another that he was the most professional dude on that Team USA roster this summer. Showed up to every practice, every shoot around. The juxtaposition of Joel Embiid playing on Team USA versus the 76ers is notable. And he also mentioned how secretive Joel Embiid has been in the past with his injuries and why the 76ers have to deal with Joel Embiid's sensitivity to his injuries and the public information around that. We've covered that here. There's a lot of weird language around Joel Embiid's knee injury and the treatment and the surgery last year and rushing it back and the Bell's palsy. There's a lot of secrets we're learning, Maze, around this story, that one of those secrets was supposed to stay inside the house and it got out.
Do we think this is a change? Is this a new development for Embiid? You said Team USA, he was noted for his professionalism. Is the being late for everything a new development in 2024?
I mean, I think it's a little different when you're hurt, right?
Yeah.
The sense of urgency to show up on time is muted.
But it's not like it's the first time he's been hurt.
Right. Remember the Shirley Temple stories that came out when he was, rehabbing early in his career, is that he was not taking care of his body well. And man, look at how many Shirley Temples this dude drinks. One of the things that Tyrese Maxey was saying is, we don't know where you are. What's the deal? It came after the game in which Joel Embiid was gone all day. He was doubtful to play in that Monday night game. And then all of a sudden, without being at shoot around or without being at the team meeting, he shows up at warmups and he's shooting. And then suddenly the team has to be like, oh, he's questionable to play. And oh, he's going to play tonight. And Maxey was like, dude, where were you this morning? Essentially. So that seems like Tyrese Maxey had built up enough equity with Joel Embiid to say that and to confront him. The tricky thing is that now it gets out. And who benefits from that? I don't know. Amin, I know you say, let's get everyone's phones out and let's see who did this. But maybe this is kind of what Embiid needed?
I have a theory.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
What's the perfect crime?
A victimless crime.
What's the second most perfect crime? A crime in which the perpetrator is the victim. What if Joel Embiid was the one who leaked it in order to spur about the distrust and disconcert of the situation in order to hasten about his eventual departure from Philadelphia? You leak it, it gets out, and then you go crazy. Who did this? Who could have done this? How dare they? We're just trying to find the guy who did this.
Wait a minute.
When all along, it was him. And then no one will blame him when he says, you know what? I can't trust anybody here. Get me out of here.
Trust the process.
Now it's a sympathetic figure like, oh, you know what? Yeah, man. They kind of did him dirty. And all along, he was the one doing himself dirty.
It is the oldest trick in the book. Whoever smelt it, dealt it.
What does that look like? You doing your own research? Are you doing studies yourself? Are you in the lab on a nightly basis? What are you doing?
Do your own research.
Do your own research.
Do your own research.
Do your own research.
Doing your own research.
I'm not a scientist. I'm not here to tell everyone that this is it. For me, it's just giving everyone a chance to do their own research and find their own knowledge.
Guys, I don't know if you see this. I'm wearing a Basketball Reference shirt right now.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
Good for you.
I didn't know they had merch.
They have merch. They're a great company. And by the way, I'm a brand ambassador for Basketball Reference now and StatHead.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. How many times do you have to filter out specific statistical categories in order to get your gold level Basketball Reference t-shirt?
You know it when it happens. It's a little like pornography. You know it when you see it. You graduate to a level where you're an ambassador for the brand. I do a lot of research, constantly doing research. I don't sleep. I'm not a loser. I don't talk. Obviously, I'm not talking right now.
You're joysticking this thing.
I am joysticking this promo, which I'm about to give you, is that if you are listening to this and want to do your own research, you can do so and get an annual subscription to Basketball Reference, the StatHead tool, which is the ultimate toolkit for anyone who wants to do their own research like we do on this show. Use the promo code Haberstat.
Wow.
Really?
Haberstat to get 20% off your annual subscription.
It's big time.
At stathead.com.
Is it too late for me?
No.
Can I retroactively get that 20% off? Because I love StatHead.
It's the best. I spend an ungodly amount of hours on stathead.com, and you should too. So go sign up for an annual subscription, not just a monthly. Get yourself an annual subscription. It's cheaper that way, especially if you use that promo code Haberstat. That website is how I got this stat that I used on the Blazers broadcast last week, which is, did you know that Donovan Clingan had recently set a franchise record for most consecutive games with a block to start his career? 15 straight games with a block in his career. And that tied Bill Walton, guys. The late and great Bill Walton had started his career with 15 straight blocks. Donovan Clingan had matched it and then broke that tie, and he moved into 5th place all time. I guess I should say since 1974 when blocks and steals were tracked. So not necessarily all time, but since, these things were tracked.
Since we counted.
Maybe Wilt did it.
Probably.
But do you know who he was tied with at number 5?
Mark Eaton.
Wemby.
Dwight Howard.
Dikembe.
Ben Wallace.
Rasheed Wallace.
Marcus Camby.
No, these are all great guesses. I'm talking all NBA teams. Number 1 on the list was Alonzo Mourning with 57 straight games.
Whoa.
Number 2 on the list, Shaquille O'Neal.
The Diesel.
With 23 straight games to start his career.
Now what you gonna do, Mr. Statistician Face Man?
Number 3 on the list, Pau Gasol with the Memphis Grizzlies, formerly the Vancouver Grizzlies, 19 straight games.
Never played for Vancouver. Fun fact.
Oh.
He was in a draft day deal with Atlanta that sent Sharif Abdul-Rahim to Atlanta, but the team was already moving. So when Pau Gasol suited up for his first NBA game, it was as a Memphis Grizzly.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you're a stat head.
I am.
You got this, man. You're fact checking on the fly. So that was Alonzo at 57, Shaq at 23, Pau Gasol at 19.
Mm-hmm.
And at fourth place, I should say, that Donovan Clingan surpassed the other night was a one Michael Jordan.
No way.
Swear to God.
A guard?
A guard.
What?
We're talking Zoe, Shaq, Pau, Clingan, and a shooting guard? Michael Jordan with 16 straight games to start his career with a block?
But Tom, how many of those games were at home?
This is why, Maze, you keep your third eye open at all times.
Constantly.
Wait a minute. This summer, Tom, didn't you do an investigative report?
Don't you dare.
With Yahoo Sports?
One that was thoroughly debunked by Amin Elhassan at the Hall of Fame.
Touchy subject on this podcast.
Okay.
A house divided.
Did you secretly give me this research I'm about to share with the listeners?
This is my Joel Embiid heel turn.
This is what I found out when I did my research. I was expecting in that 16-game sample, maybe Michael Jordan, like it was in that 1988 game season, there was a huge lopsided disparity between his block and steal rate at home and his block and steal rate on the road. And in 1988, that was the largest discrepancy for any Defensive Player of the Year award winner in NBA history. We went back and watched the film, and there was lots of fishy stuff going on in the box score and in the play-by-play. And we got another independent source to confirm all the things that we found on the videotape. We got a motive that Michael Jordan really wanted to prove that he was a great defender ahead of the season because he was miffed at Michael Cooper winning Defensive Player of the year before, and he didn't get any stats, but I proved to you that I'm going to get all these stats. We had all that evidence to point to that something was off about that season, the home stat keeping there in Chicago. But in this first 16-game sample, I'm here to keep your third eye open on all sides of the story. There were only 6 games at home during this 16-game sample. It wasn't a loaded home schedule that he inflated his block rate to start his career. In actuality, he had a lot more road games that year. And furthermore, the discrepancy between his home block rate and his road block rate wasn't really all that big, actually. He had 2 blocks per game at home during the 16-game stretch and 1.7 on the road. So I'm here to tell you that as a truth teller, as someone who does his own research, it's important to bring both sides of the story and be fair when certain storylines emerge within the data and not to twist or spin things. And I'm just here to tell you, Michael Jordan's rookie season, the 16-game streak to start his career with a block in every game, it's pretty clean.
Wish you could become a morning person? You know the type, up before the sun, early morning runs, first one to the office with donuts and a smile. How do they do it? Easy. With the new Galaxy Watch 8, sleep tracking and personalized insights from Samsung Health help you improve so you can wake up to a whole new you. One who, dare I say it, skips the snooze? It's possible. Train your sleep with Galaxy Watch 8. Learn more at Samsung.com. Requires compatible Samsung Galaxy phone, Samsung Health app, and Samsung account.
The family that vacations together stays together. At least, that was the plan. Except now, the dastardly desk clerk is saying he can't confirm your connecting rooms.
Wait, what?
That's right, ma'am. You have rooms 201 and 709.
No, we cannot be 5 floors away from our kids.
The doors have double locks. They'll be fine.
When you want connecting rooms confirmed before you arrive, it matters where you stay.
Welcome to Hilton. I see your connecting rooms are already confirmed.
Hilton, for the stay.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
Purina believes no one should have to make the impossible choice between their own safety and their pets. But nearly half of domestic abuse survivors delay leaving because they can't bring their pets with them. Through the Purple Leash Project, Purina is helping create more pet-friendly domestic violence shelters so survivors and their pets can escape and heal together. Visit Purina.com/purple to learn more.
Big news. Sephora is now on Uber Eats. So if you find yourself facing a beauty emergency, like needing a last-minute gift, or you're just out of your favorite mascara, again, don't panic. We got you. Order now and get $10 off on Sephora orders of $50 or more on the Uber Eats app. Order now. Offer ends October 30th. One order per customer. Additional terms apply. See app for availability. Delivery fees may apply.
You know, Tom, while we're on the topic of Donovan Clingan, I did my own research on StatHead the other day because on November 23rd, Donovan Clingan had a very unique stat line. He had 19 rebounds, 9 of which were on the offensive end. He had 3 blocks, and he had 0 points. And so I want to play a little game with you guys. It's happened 15 times in NBA history where a player has grabbed 19 rebounds and not scored a single point.
Minimum 19 rebounds, right?
Minimum 19 rebounds. So I've got a couple of trivia questions for you guys here. Number one, there have been 2 players to do it multiple times. One is easy to guess because he's done it 7 times.
It's the Worm. Yep.
It's the Worm, Dennis Rodman. And then another guy did it twice. The only other player other than Dennis Rodman to do it multiple times. Can you name who that was?
Ben Wallace.
Surprisingly, Ben Wallace has never done it.
Wow.
Dikembe Mutombo.
Dikembe Mutombo has never done it. I'll give you a hint. This player played in the 90s and the 2000s.
Chris Dudley.
No. I'll give you another hint. This player was drafted in 1996.
Sean Bradley.
He was not drafted in 96. I'll give you another hint.
Was it 92? When was he drafted?
Bradley was the Penny Hardaway year, I believe.
Marcus Camby.
It was Marcus Camby, who did it twice in his career, once for the Portland Trailblazers and once for the Denver Nuggets.
Wait, hold on.
That's good, because my next guess was going to be Eric Dampier, and I didn't feel as good about that one.
I think this is another Thanasis situation for me.
Thanasis?
Oh, Marcus Camby follows you on Twitter?
Oh, no.
No, I did this stat on air during the broadcast.
Oh, Tom did his own brain fart.
You said it when you did it for the Blazers. And I literally did, hey, he just broke the record. And Marcus Camby did something similar. And he's also a Connecticut kid from Hartford, Connecticut.
Yes, he is.
Donovan Clingan from Bristol, Connecticut, went to UConn. And I did a whole segment about this. But I apologize to my Blazers audience that's listening to this. I'm sorry.
Let me give you one more chance at redemption here. Clingan went 0 for 4 in his 0.19 rebound outing. What player had the most field goal attempts in his 0.19 plus rebound outing? And I'll give you the stat. He shot 0 for 7 in that game.
Michael Jordan, right? It's Michael Jordan.
What year was it?
It was in 2012.
2012. Andre Drummond.
No.
That's a pretty good guess.
Good guess, but Andre Drummond has never done it.
Dwight Howard.
Dwight Howard has never done it. I would say you got to guess guys. They look like the kind of guy who had 0 points in a game. Dwight Howard, the number of times he gets fouled and all that stuff, is just like it's impossible.
Yeah.
Omer Ashik.
There it is. Omer Ashik, who also was the last time it happened.
0 for 7.
0 for 7.
That's nice. I like that.
Omer Ashik, the Turkish Hammer. Hey, Amin, speaking of basketball reference, do you want to continue the campaign for the cashmere sweater?
The cashmere sweater, yeah. Put it on, wrap it around your shoulders. He's a luxury.
Kristaps Porzingis, new nickname as proposed on Oddball, the cashmere sweater. Let's make it happen. I'll put in a good word.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Basketball Reference branded merch. A new cashmere sweater from Basketball Reference.
Ooh.
You know what?
Sign me up.
That's a tier you haven't gotten to yet, Tom.
No.
Keep striving. Keep crunching those numbers. Keep doing your own research.